setup video. This also works in PvP as well, but this is mainly for PvP. So in the initial here, I'm going to show you a setup, and I'm going to go through it. So basically, I am playing as the Titan Defender. The Defender is a subclass. I have the Defender all the way maxed out, and I'm going to give you some ideas on how you want to play it. So initially, the best gun you want to use is anything in the Shingen setup, the auto rifle there. They're very, very effective. I do enjoy it quite a bit. If you have yourself secondary, shotguns typically work better, in my opinion. Currently, shotguns are a bit overpowered in the game, potentially a little unbalanced. So right now, I would really recommend running one. And then finally, you can use either an LMG or a rocket launcher as your secondary. I'm going to go through and show you basically what I have set up. I use magnetic grenade. I use lift and increased height, but you can use catapult as well. For Ward of Dawn, I use armor of light. I use disintegrate and war machine, but you can also use unbreakable. I use Titan Codex 1, and then I use Relentless, and then I use Titan Codex 4. I'll make a switch here. And then finally, I use the top set for Ward of Dawn, which basically increases the cooldown or decreases the cooldown for it. Now, Defender class is a little bit different than Striker class. You are the guy that goes in and you can cap flags pretty effectively. I do recommend throwing down a bubble on the flag or in any situation in which you find yourself about to lose a gunfight, because you will immediately start recharging your health. And depending on what you're using, either Blessing of Light or Armor of Light, you will get a shield in the shield itself. So you throw a bubble around you, which is impenetrable both in and out. You cannot shoot through it. You cannot receive damage on the other side. Players can penetrate, and other supers, especially the Titan super, the Striker, can penetrate it. But like if a Titan, or say if a Hunter tries to golden gun you, he can't golden gun you through it, but he can blade dance through and get you. So you have to keep that in mind. It only counters certain supers. Other supers that have physical attacks like the Striker one and the Blade Dancer, or if they activate the super in your circle, they will kill you. So keep that in mind. Be very cautious of how you play. Now, my gear setup is a little bit different here. I'm going to go through my armor, and this is no backup plans. It's the exotic that I really find myself enjoying running. It's very useful because it increases the duration of force barrier, which is anytime you kill anyone with a melee, you get a nice little shield on top of it, which is awesome. Couples really well with Unbreakable. So keep that in mind. That is my setup here. I'm going to show you some footage here, a little bit of scout rifle footage. And this is my most recent setup. So the gear that I'm using in this game is not the gear that I currently have equipped. This is from last week. So keep that in mind. But the basic setup for a defender in the game is very simple. Your goal essentially is to go after opponents that are at certain distances, or potentially at long range distances, depending on your setup. So if you're using a scout rifle, you want to keep everything at distance, obviously. And if you're using an auto rifle, you want to have the ability to move in and have the highest firing rate of fire auto rifle at your disposal. That is what you want in PvP. Currently, damage does not matter, but the highest rate of fire does matter. So keep that in mind. That is something that you want to use as much as possible. Finally, for the remainder of the setups in the game, as a defender, when you're going into cap flags, the best thing you can do is literally go onto a flag and drop a bubble. So mid B flag or any hot zone contested flag, you're not sure you're going to win the gunfight, drop a shield on the flag and get ready to drop in some Floyd Mayweather punches, or potentially take down a shotgun out as well. Currently, the shotguns are a little overpowered, and I want to keep that in, but I'm not going to, like I said in the past, I'm not going to white knight this game and not use things that are overpowered, because everyone else is using overpowered guns. And I know that's a horrible reason to use overpowered stuff, but I'm sorry, this game is not Battlefield to me. I don't care enough to do stuff like that. So keep that in mind. This game is incredibly fun, but it can be frustrating. The Defender, though, does make it a lot easier. Dropping shields in, helping out your friendlies, coming in is a fantastic way to be a support player as a Titan, and that's something that I really do enjoy. I find myself really having a good time being a support player, coming up on flags, moving together with friendlies, and dropping in shields that help them out as much as possible. But as always, the Defender does have a few drawbacks. Your super cannot kill anyone. So if you're in for a super that wants to kill people and you want to rely on your super to get kills, say like the Hunter's Golden Gun or Gunslinger ability, or the Blade Dancer, or any of the Warlock supers, or the Striker super, keep in mind that the Defender will not kill anybody. You will just look awesome in your little blue bubble or purple bubble, and you will be a defender. That's what you are. You're a support player first and foremost. So keep that in mind when you're playing. That's the number one thing, that you are the team's back, if you will. You are their backbone. You are there to help them. Now, you can still do damage. I find myself still doing completely fine in the game without needing to run the striker ability. I've seen other Titans run defender, but they do it kind of, I don't want to say wrong, but they abuse it. And what I say by that is they'll throw down a bubble shield and then sit in with a shotgun. Now, it's not to say that I don't do it, because I definitely am showing some footage of me doing it right here. But I won't crutch that. I won't sit there and just sit and wait with my shotgun, wait for people to approach me. I will get aggressive with it. I will push out on people. And I will do whatever I can to help my team win. I will do anything in my power, essentially, to win games, but I won't camp the entire time on a shotgun. So keep that in mind. Of course, this is just my play style. I find myself doing pretty well in Destiny. Not as well as I do in Battlefield, just different games, different genres. I'm definitely a better Battlefield player, but still, keep that in mind out there. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask me. And then coming up this weekend, Saturday or Sunday, I'll have another Destiny lore video. I believe I'm going to be working on the Traveler. We'll see. We'll see where I go. I got a couple ideas. But if you guys have any questions or want to play PvP with me, feel free to hit me up, send me a message on Xbox. Be like, yo, man, I want to get some games. I will definitely grab games with people. I love the PvP in this game, and I love playing with people. That'll do it for me, guys. Have a great day. Have a great week, and I'll see you all very soon. Peace!